Everyone, myself Bismi Picharian, Assistant Professor at Suresh Gyan Bihar University. Today I'm going to discuss about the LIMS. In my previous class, we have talked about this LIMS, means what is the Laboratory Information Management System. So in this chapter, we are going to see the implementation of this LIMS. So learning objectives, this lesson will help the students to understand the LIMS. Learning outcomes, after this lesson, students will be able to describe LIMS. So laboratory information management system, sometimes referred to as a laboratory information system also. Okay, so this LIMS, we can call it as LIS. Okay, laboratory information management system, or we can call as laboratory information system, laboratory management system. Okay, so these all are the same name of the LIMS. We can say LIMS, we can say LIS, we can say LMS. Okay, so a laboratory information management system is LIMS, laboratory information system is LIS, laboratory management system is LMS. Okay, so these all are the software-based solution with features that support a modern laboratories operations. Okay, so these all are the software-based solution with features. Okay, they have some features that support a modern laboratory operation. So we have already seen that what is LIMS and all. Means LIMS, they can handle all the data. Okay, all the data or all the information about the chromatographic data. Okay, all the information about the stability testing, all the information about the preclinical development data. So, okay, so these all are we are using in the preclinical development data. Okay, there are three softwares there that we are using in the preclinical development data. So they are CDS. CDS is a chromatographic data system. LIMS means the laboratory information management system. TIMS is text information management system. So these three software we are using in the preclinical development system. Okay, so this is the why we are studying in this computer application subject, means the preclinical development is the part of the pharmaceutical industry. Okay, so in the pharmaceutical industry, what are the uses of, or in the pharmacy area, what are the uses of the computer? We are going to study that. Okay, so these are the software that we have to install in the computer. Okay, after that we can work in the computer. Okay, so the computer that connected to different equipments, and the computer or the software collect all the information about that particular instrument. Okay, so if we are doing any stability studies, we can connect that computer containing the software to the particular equipment to do all the stability studies. Okay, we can manage all the data of the stability studies in the LIMS. Okay, same likewise, if we are doing the chromatographic test, okay, chromatography, so we have to connect the computer with the chromatographic equipment, means the HPLC, gas chromatography, ion chromatography. Okay, we have to connect the computer with the particular equipment so that we can operate that operate that equipment with the help of the computer or with the help of the software. Okay, we can operate that system, we can collect all the data from that system, we can process the data with the help of the computer, we can generate the reports with the help of the software containing in the particular computer. Okay, so there are lots of users are in the pharmacy area. Okay, there are lots of uses of the computer are there in the pharmacy area. Okay, so we are using the computer in in this way. Okay, so these all system, these all the software made our work very easy. Okay, with the help of this system, we can do our work in very less time. Okay, because this provide all the data. Okay, all the data provide this software can provide all the data, okay, in very less time, and we can process all the data. Okay, we can acquire all the data from the particular equipment, or we can say we can store the data. Okay, we can store the data in the software, and when we want that particular data, we can collect from the software itself. Okay, so there are lots of users. Okay, there are lots of users of the computer in the particular area, means in the pharmaceutical area. Okay, so this LIMS, TIMS, and the CDS we are using in the laboratory, means in the preclinical development system. Okay, preclinical development system we are using these all the things. Okay, so there are lots of scientists are there. Okay, and they are participating in the preclinical development program in the pharmaceutical industry. Okay, and each and every scientist, okay, each and every scientist have their own knowledge, their own this area of the discipline. Okay, so they are different from each another. Okay, each other, and they all the scientists can generate lots of data. Okay, all the scientists generates lots of data. Okay, while working in the particular area, means in the preclinical development area. So the scientists generate all the data. Okay, lots of data. Okay, on these all the data they are storing in the particular software, means in the CDS or in the LIMS or in the TIMS. Okay, main data storing system is text data storing is TIMS. Okay, and LIMS can store the all the data from the particular laboratories. Okay, all the tests they have done in the particular laboratories, or the stability test they are done they are doing in the particular laboratory, and all this chromatographic data they are collecting in the particular LIMS. Okay, so there are 4 types of the LIMS are there. Okay, there are 4 types of LIMS is there, and first one is the customer tailored LIMS. We have already seen in the previous class, but I'm just telling the only the information about the LIMS. So customer tailored LIMS. Okay, so the customer tailored LIMS, in the particular customer tailored LIMS, the customer purchase the generic product of the LIMS. Okay, the customer purchase the generic product of LIMS. After purchasing that, the customer and the vendor, they have to work together to get all the info, all the configuration the customer wants. Okay, so after purchasing the generic product of the LIMS, the vendor and the customer, they have to work together to get a perfect configuration according to the taste of the customer. Okay, so this is the customized LIMS. Customer tailored LIMS is also known as the customized LIMS. Second one is pre-configured LIMS. Okay, so in that pre-configured LIMS, there are already some configurations are present in the particular LIMS. Okay, and the vendor provides some configuration tool with particular pre-configured LIMS. So with the help of that configuration tools, the customer they can add the menus, they can add the functions in the particular LIMS with the help of the LIMS tools. Okay, means the configuration tools the provided by the vendor. So these are the LIMS, and the next is rented LIMS. Okay, so in the rented LIMS, the particular server based LIMS is there in a central area. Okay, and that center LIMS is connected with other means with other LIMS. Okay, and the shopkeeper or the particular company rented that LIMS to the customers. Okay, so the what is the benefit of the customer here? They can reduce the initial cost. Okay, initial investment they can reduce. Okay, and what is the benefit of the particular center that LIMS providing? That they can earn the money on the daily basis or in the monthly basis. Okay, so this is the rented LIMS, and next is special LIMS. Okay, so the special LIMS used in the particular laboratory where the stability study is doing. Okay, so in the where the stability study is doing in the particular laboratory, at that laboratory only the specialized LIMS they are using, because in the specialized LIMS there are only the stability studies configuration, only the configuration of the stability studies are there in the specialized LIMS. So these 4 types of the LIMS are present. Okay, so first one is customer tailored LIMS, Next is special LIMS. Next is pre-configured LIMS. And fourth one is the rented LIMS. Okay, so the LIMS it is a software solution, okay, with some features that support a modern laboratories operations. Okay, and key features include, what are the key features includes in the LIMS? Okay, workflow and the data tracking support. Okay, first is workflow and the data tracking support, flexible architecture, okay, data exchange interfaces, okay, which fully support its use in the regulated environments. Okay, so this LIMS is a software with some key features. Okay, so the key features are the workflow and the data tracking support, flexible architecture, data exchange interfaces that support its use in the regulated environment. The features and the uses of the LIMS have evolved over the years from the simple sample tracking to an enterprise resource planning tools that manages multiple aspects of the laboratory informatics. Okay, so the features and the use of the LIMS have evolved over the years. Okay, so these features and they are created from over the years from the simple sample tracking. Okay, from the simple sample tracking to an enterprise resource planning tool that manages multiple aspects of the laboratory informatics. The LIMS is an evolving concept. Okay, the LIMS is an evolving concept with new features and the functionality being added often. So this is the this LIMS growing step by step. Okay, this LIMS growing gradually. So the LIMS is an evolving concept with new features and the functionality. Okay, so these are the new features and the new functionality being added often. So in this LIMS is gradually developing. Okay, there are lots of things that that are coming in the LIMS. So this is gradually developing. So this LIMS is an evolving concept. Okay, and with new features and the functionality being added often. As laboratory demands changes and the technological progress continues, the function of LIMS will likely also change. Okay, as the laboratory demands, okay, as the laboratory demand changes, the technology or progress continues. Okay, and the function of LIMS will likely also change. Okay, when the demand of the laboratory, okay, when the laboratory demand changes, at that time the functionality of this LIMS or the configuration of that particular LIMS that also change. Despite these changes, LIMS tends to have a base set of functionality that defines it. Okay, so these changes, the LIMS tends to have a base set of functionality that defines it. Okay, so this LIMS is an evolving concept. Okay, this is an evolving concept. The new features and the functionality being added often as laboratory demand changes, means that the laboratory, as the laboratory demand changes, the configuration of LIMS also change as per the change or the demand. And despite these changes, LIMS tends to have a base set of functionality that defines it. That functionality can roughly be divided into 5 laboratory process phase. Okay, so that functionality, okay, which type of the functionality they are changing, in particular changing in the demand also. So that functionality can roughly be divided into 5 laboratory processing phase. Okay, with numerous software functions falling under each. Okay, so in each 5 laboratory processing phase, numerous software function also there. So first one is the reception and the login of a sample is associated customer data. Okay, so first laboratory process phase is the reception and the login of sample. Okay, reception and the login of the sample and its associated customer data. Okay, the reception and the login of a sample and its associated customer data. Next, the assignment, scheduling and tracking of the sample. Okay, assignment, scheduling and the tracking of the sample and the associated analytical workload. Okay, next phase is assignment, scheduling, tracking of sample and associated analytical workload. So first one is the reception and the login of the sample, and its associated customer data. And second is the assignment, scheduling, tracking of the sample and associated with analytical workload. Okay. So first one is associated with customer data and second is associated with analytical data. In the customer data, the reception and the login of the sample. Okay. And in the analytical workload, the assignment, scheduling and the tracking of the sample is coming in the analytical workload. Next, third is the processing and the quality control associated. Okay, the processing and the quality control and associated with the sample and utilized equipment and inventory. Okay, so the third phase is the processing and the quality control, the processing and the quality control, and that associated with the sample and the utilized equipment and inventory. Next is the storage of the data that associated with the sample analysis. Okay. Next is the storage of the data. Okay, storage of the data that is associated with the sample analysis. Next is the inspection, approval, and the compilation of the sample data for reporting or for further analysis. Okay, so fifth phase is inspection, approval, and compilation of the sample data. Okay, so inspection, approval, compilation of the sample data for reporting or further analysis. So there are 5 phases in the functionality. So first one is the reception and the login of the sample. First, the sample has to be logged in the particular LIMS. Okay, so that is associated with the customer data. After logged in of the sample, the assignment, scheduling, and the tracking of the sample. Okay, assignment, scheduling, and the tracking of the sample that is associated with the analytical workload. Next is the processing and the quality control. Okay, next is the after processing the data, after tracking of the data or after scheduling that particular data. Okay, next third phase is the processing and the controlling quality control. Okay, next is processing and the quality control, and that associated with the sample and the utilized equipment and the inventory. Okay, that associated how this quality control and all and the processing of the data happen, that all that associated with the equipment, inventory, and the with the sample. And next is storage of the data. Okay, after processing the data, they have to store the data. Okay, for the analysis and all. So the fourth is the storage of the data that is associated with the sample analysis. Next is the inspection. Okay, the inspection, approval, and compilation. Okay, inspection is there, approval is there, and the compilation of the sample data for reporting or for further analysis. So these 5 phases are for the functionality of the LIMS. Next, see the implementation of the LIMS. Okay, implementation of the LIMS. This LIMS is very complex process. Okay, so because of their complexity, LIMS is very complex. Because of their complexity, implementing LIMS usually a traumatic process. Okay, so this is a very tough process because of their complexity. Good communication and planning can reduce the level of turmoil caused by the LIMS. Okay, so it is necessary to plan. Okay, it is necessary to plan and necessary to communicate with the particular. We communicate with the vendor and the customer. They have to communicate with each other and they have to plan accordingly to avoid the level of turmoil caused by the LIMS. Okay, so this LIMS is very complex. Okay, because of this complexity, the implementing of LIMS is very tough process. Okay, so to avoiding the turmoil caused by this LIMS, the vendor and the customer, they have to communicate and they have to plan all the things, okay, to avoid the turmoil caused by the LIMS. So planning is the first step in the lengthy process of acquiring the LIMS. Okay, so planning by the vendor as well as the customer, that is must step in the lengthy process of acquiring the LIMS. So this LIMS is very complex process and implementation of this LIMS is very traumatic process. And good communication and planning can reduce the level of turmoil caused by the LIMS. And planning is the main step in the lengthy process of the acquiring LIMS. The LIMS vendor and the customer, okay, the LIMS vendor and the customer have to work very closely at this stage. Means when the planning is happening, when the planning is happening, at that time the vendor and the customer, they have to work very closely. A series of meetings must be held between the LIMS vendor and the potential end users. Okay, series of meetings, okay, lots of meeting must be held between the LIMS vendor and the potential end users and the laboratory supervisors to avoiding the turmoil during the LIMS. Okay, turmoil caused by the LIMS. Okay, so what is the main step? Main step is the planning. Okay, the planning, how they can do the planning? When the vendor and the customer meet together or work together, at that time they have to plan each and everything. Okay, to avoid the turmoil caused by the LIMS. Okay, because this LIMS is very complex, so implementation also very tough part. Okay, and good communication and good planning is necessary thing in the implementation of this LIMS. Okay, so planning is the must first step to when we are starting the implementation of this LIMS. So this vendor and the customer, they have to work together in the first stage. Okay, if they are not doing any work or they are not planning any of this step in the. So at the final means the first stage, the vendors and the customer, they have to work together to avoid any complexity or to avoid the cost of the LIMS. Okay, so this is the first step of the implementation of the LIMS means the planning. Okay, they have to plan accordingly to avoid all this complexity. And the series of the meetings have the series of the meetings must be held between the LIMS vendor and the potential end users and the laboratory supervisors, because these supervisors, they are going to handle the LIMS. So it is must to train all the supervisors present in particular laboratory. Means they have to train how to use the LIMS. Okay, and what are their needs while implementing the LIMS? Okay, if there is any need from the supervisor side, so they can tell to the vendors when the series of meeting held between the vendors and the customers. Okay, so this is compulsory to meet with each other, the vendor and the laboratory supervisor, or as the customer sides. Okay, so the business processes and the sample flows need to be mapped and documented to prepare for future system configuration. Okay, so business processes and the sample flows need to be mapped and documented to prepare for future system configuration. For each type of the sample to be tracked by the LIMS, the attributes related to the samples must be defined. So for each type of the sample to be tracked by the LIMS, the attributes related to the samples must be defined. Even the data format has to be decided so that it is consistent with existing procedures and the practices of the organization. So each and everything they have to tell to the vendor, means which type of the configuration the user wants. Okay, so all the things they have to tell to the vendors. Okay, so each type of the sample to be tracked by the LIMS, that attributes related to the samples must be defined. Even the data format has to be decided. Okay, so all the data format they have to first decide, okay, before implementation of the LIMS. So this is very easy for vendor as well as the customer to work in the particular LIMS. So the implementation of the LIMS is the most important thing, and at that time the planning is must between the customer as well as the vendor. when the expectations are compiled, okay, the customer, they explains their expectation to the vendors. Okay, so what the vendors do, they compiled all the expectations of the customer first, okay, and they, after that compilation, they have to analyze all the expectation, okay. So analyzation and the compilation is very important thing. It is important to balance the needs of the end users from the different disciplines, okay. So in a particular laboratory, there are different disciplines of areas are there, okay. So it is very important to meet all the needs of the particular different disciplines of the laboratory, okay. So vendor is responsible for all the things, okay. The vendor is responsible for um, all the needs of the end users. They have to do all the, as per the expectation of the customer sides. Means there are lots of supervisors are there. They have to, they are given their they are explained their expectation to the particular vendors, and after explanation of all the things, there is a vendor's duty, okay, that are vendor's duty to compile and analyze all the data, okay, to compile and analyze all the data that that are received from the different disciplines of the particular laboratories, and they may have different concern, okay. Each of the disciplines area, each of the area, each of the supervisors, they have different concern, they have different priorities, and they have different requirements, okay. So according to their different concern, according to their different requirement, according to the different priorities, the vendors has to be balance all the needs, or they have to give all the configuration the particular disciplines wants, okay. So this is necessary from the vendor sides to meet all compile all the needs of the customer sides, okay. Mistakes made in the planning stage can be very costly later on over the lifespan of the lamps. When they are planning, okay, if there is any mistakes made by the vendor or made by the customer side, that is very costly, okay, that is very costly later on over the lifespan of the LIMS. So this is necessary, there is no mistakes, okay, they have to done while they are planning, okay. So while they are planning, there should not be they should not made any mistakes, okay, from the vendor side as well as the user sides, okay. So this is very compulsory. So customer, what they have to do, they explain all the expectation of their needs, okay, to the vendors, and what vendors do, they compile and analyze all the expectation of the particular customer side, and they have to make a plan without any mistakes, okay, from both sides, okay. If there is any mistake, okay, mistakes made in the planning stage, that can be very costly later on over the lifespan of the LIMS. So planning is the compulsory thing. The LIMS for GMP or GLP must be validated, okay. This LIMS for GMP stands for the goods manufacturing practices, and the GLP stands for the goods laboratory practices, okay. When the LIMS used in the GMP and the GLP, that should be validated, okay. The LIMS for the GMP or the GLP, that should be validated. Validation includes design qualification, installation qualification, operational qualification, performance qualification, and the final documentation, okay. So what the validation include? Validation includes the design qualification, okay. They have to validate the design of the LIMS, okay. With the GMP and the GLP area, the LIMS they are using, that should be validated, okay, and the design of the LIMS should be validated, installation of the LIMS should be validated, okay. All the operational functional, okay, all the operation functions should be validated in the GMP and the GLP, because this GMP and the GLP is the main area of any company, okay, main area of any company. So this is very important. the LIMS for the GMP and the GLP should be validated. Okay, so design of the LIMS should be validated. Installation of the LIMS should be validated. All the operational qualifications should be validated. Okay, and they have to validate the performance of the LIMS in the particular area, means in the GMP and the GLP. So they have to validate the performance of the LIMS in the GMP and the GLP. And final documentation. So in the GMP and the GLP, there are lots of documentations are there. So it is compulsory to validate the final documentation of the LIMS. Okay. So each of these steps needs good planning and the documentation. Okay. Design qualification. Okay. Validation of design qualification, installation qualification, operational qualification, performance qualification, and the final documentation. They all need good plannings and the documentation. Okay. So this implementation of LIMS very hectic process or very complex process. Okay. Where we are installing any LIMS for the GMP or the GLP. Okay, at that time also good planning and the good documentation is compulsory. The compliance function of the development organization will need to be involved in reviewing and approving the plan and in the audit of the final report. Okay, final report. So the quality assurance department, they have to audit all the functions of the LIMS, audit all the final reports. Okay, they have to review, they have to approve all the plans of the particular software. Okay, so when this LIMS we are installing in the particular GMP or GLP area, the quality assurance organization, they have to review that, they have to approve the plan, and they have to audit the final report. During the validation, the system is tested against the normal boundary value and invalid data sets. Okay, so during the validation of the LIMS, okay, what are the validations? Which type of the validations are there? The qualification means design qualification validation, installation validation, operational validation, performance validation, and the final documentation validation. So at the time of the or during the validation, the system is tested. Okay, the system is tested against normal, boundary value, and invalid data sets. Okay, the system is tested against the normal value, boundary value, and the invalid data sets. Okay, so at that time the samples, okay, samples are samples are inserted on the particular LIMS, and they have particular normal value, particular border value, and invalid data sets. Okay, so the system, they have to during the validation, the system is tested against normal, boundary value, and the invalid data sets. Invalid data should be identified and flagged by the software. So during the test, okay, during the test period, the invalid data should be identified by the software itself and flagged out by the software itself. Okay, so this is compulsory. In middle of the validation, the system is tested against the normal, boundary value, and the invalid data sets, and that is must. Again, the invalid data should be identified and flagged by the software itself. Okay, at that time also that test, okay, that means the LIMS, the scientist or the vendors, they can know the LIMS is working, is the proper working is or not. Okay, the performance of the LIMS is good or not. At that time only they can understand. Dynamic stress test should also be done with the large data sets to verify whether the hardware is adequate. Okay, so during the validation, there is two tests. Okay, first one is the system is tested against the normal value, boundary value, and the invalid data sets. Okay, to pass that particular test, the software they automatically identify and flag that particular invalid data set. Okay, to pass that particular test during the validation. Okay, and there is another test, that is dynamic test. Okay, dynamic stress test. Okay, that also done with a large data sets. Okay, why we are doing this dynamic stress test? To verify whether the hardware is adequate or not. Okay, to verify whether the hardware is adequate or not. Okay, means when we are installing the software in a particular computer, so we have to know that the hardware is adequate for the large data sets or not. Okay, because this LIMS is very huge data sets. Okay, so we have to confirm that the hardware is adequate or not by doing the dynamic stress test. These all are done with the vendors. Okay, vendors, they are doing all the system before handling or before hand over the LIMS to the customer side. Okay, so the validation is compulsory in the GMP and the GLP, and during the validation the system is tested against the normal boundary value and invalid data sets. Okay, and invalid data should be identified and flagged by the software itself. Okay, and dynamic stress test should be also be done with the large data sets to verify whether the hardware is adequate or not. The validation work usually is conducted on a test system. Okay, so all these validation they are conducted on a test system that is an exact copy of the production system. Okay, so these all validation they are doing in a test system, and test system is the exact copy of the production system. Okay, and they that are to why they are using the validation on the test system to protect the data integrity of the production system. Okay, to protect or to secure the data of the production system. So the validation they are conducted on a test system that is an exact copy of the production system to protect the data integrity or data security of the production system. One of the major undertaking during LIMS implementation is user training. So I have already told that means the user must be trained while handling the LIMS. Without the training, the LIMS we can't handle. So the major and one of the major undertaking during the LIMS implementation is user training, which should cover not only the LIMS itself, but also the standard operating procedures that govern use, administration, training, and other aspects of the LIMS. So training, what the training include? Okay, that cover all the LIMS functions. Okay, the training covers all the LIMS functions as well as the standard operating procedures. Okay, there are lots of standard operating procedures there. So that also covered in that particular training. Okay, this SOP that govern the use, administration, training, and other aspects of the LIMS. So during the validation means all the validation we are conducting on the test system, and that particular test system is the exact copy of the production system. Why we are not doing all the validation on the production system? Because we want the security and the integrity of the particular data of the production system. Okay, to secure or to integrate the particular production means particular data of the production system, we are doing the validation on the test system. Okay, and one of the major means undertaking task is that the user training. Okay, so that user training means the customer side they must be trained. Okay, means they have to learn how to use the LIMS. They have to learn all the standard operating procedures. Okay, and the standard operating procedure that include use, administration, training, and other aspects of the LIMS. Okay, so training is must while handling the LIMS. The training should be conducted on the test system instead of the production system. Okay, so validation and the training both are conducted on the test system. Why we are conducting on the test system? To secure or to secure the data of the production system. The trainer should keep in mind that the LIMS is one of the less user-friendly system. Okay, so the trainer that they have to keep in mind that the LIMS is very less user-friendly system for end users because its complexity and rigid audit trail set. So because of this complexity, this is very less user-friendly system. Okay, so the trainer should keep in mind all the things. Adequate support after training and the rollout may have a long-lasting impact on the success of the new LIMS. Okay, so adequate support is necessary after the training, and the rollout may have long-lasting impact on the success of the new LIMS. So this is all about the implementation. So at the time of the implementation, the vendor and the customer, they have to plan together to all the things. Means the customer, from the customer side, they have to tell all the expectation of their LIMS to the particular vendors, and the vendor, after that compilation or after that analyzation of that, the from both sides, the mistake shouldn't happen. If there is any mistake happen in the planning stage, that is very costly at the end of the time. And there is another thing is that training is must. Means while handling the LIMS, only the trained users, they only can handle the LIMS. So this is all about the LIMS. Let's see the summary. The LIMS is a very complex system and requires significant capital and the manpower investment. Selection of right LIMS product is a daunting task, and the outcome can have a significant impact on the business. Compared with CDS, LIMS has more core functionality in managing laboratory data and other electronic information. When we are comparing the CDS and the LIMS is better. It also has much stronger search and reporting capability. Okay, this LIMS has much stronger search and reporting capabilities. It is interesting to point out that some LIMS vendors have started to use the term data mining. Data mining is the process where means data mining is the process we can collect the important data from the raw data. Okay, collection of the important data from the raw data is the data mining. So some vendors have started to use the term data mining in their product introduction brochure. This means that they are aware of new trend in the pharmaceutical industry, especially in the preclinical development, namely toward a better understanding and the better control of the data in the pharmaceutical manufacturing. The FDA has issued a new guidance on the process analytical technology, promoting the concept of quality by design. Okay, quality by design, process understanding, and the real-time assurance of the quality. These concepts may have a profound impact on how pharmaceutical development is conducted in the future. Okay. To put these concepts into practice, to put these concepts into practice will mean an explosion in the amount of the scientific data, not only through the standard testing such as SPLC, GC, but also through the non-standard technologies such as near infrared spectroscopy, Raman spectroscopy, various particle size analysis techniques. Okay, so this LIMS can collect all the data from the HPLC, GC, infrared spectroscopy, Raman spectroscopy, and the various particle size analysis technologies. More importantly, the data will need to be analyzed with new tools to generate process or product information and the knowledge. The current LIMS are not designed to handle large amount of the spectral data. Okay, so the current LIMS are not designed to handle the large number of the spectral data. So this is all about the LIMS. Okay, so LIMS is a very complex system. But while we have to handle the LIMS, we have to train all the process of the LIMS and all. Okay, so this is the LIMS. Okay, we have seen in the previous class the types of the LIMS. In today's class, how we can implement the LIMS. Okay, so this is all about the LIMS. So let's see the some MCQs regarding this topic. Okay, so LIMS is a easy process, complex system, both or none. So correct answer is A, complex system. What is the lengthy process of acquiring the LIMS? So testing, planning, both or none. So planning is the lengthy process of acquiring the LIMS. Which is the correct? Means CDS is better than LMS, LIMS is better than CDS, both or none. So the correct answer is LIMS is better than the CDS. So correct answer is B. LIMS can handle with chromatographic data, laboratory information, information about the stability testing, all of the above. So the correct answer is all of the above because the LIMS can handle all the things together. Customer tailored LIMS is a specialized LIMS, CDS, TIMS, none. So the customer tailored LIMS is specialized LIMS. So these all are about the LIMS. So I hope everybody understood it very well. So thank you.